They operate in shadows, influence world events, and remain invisible to the public eye. Welcome to the secret world of MI6, the spies who shape history without leaving a trace. Everyone knows the name James Bond. Tuxedo, Aston Martin, gadgets, martini. The myth of the perfect British spy. But the real MI6, officially the Secret Intelligence Service, is far more complex, far more dangerous, and far more ordinary than Hollywood would have you believe. From World War I shadows, to Cold War betrayals, to modern cyber warfare, MI6 operates, invisible, powerful, and silent. By the end of this video, you'll see some of MI6's most astonishing secrets, far more beyond James Bond. Part 1. Origins. War and Deception. MI6 was born in 1909, when Britain realized it needed an organization dedicated to secrets, not soldiers or ships. The Secret Service Bureau split into domestic MI5 and foreign MI6 intelligence. Early MI6 specialized in deception, stopping wars before they began. World War II. Operation Mincemeat. A corpse dressed as a Royal Marine carrying fake invasion plans washed ashore in Spain. German intelligence swallowed the bait. Forces moved away from Sicily. Thousands of lives saved. This wasn't glamorous, it wasn't cinematic, but it worked. MI6 specialty: invisible manipulation of information. And if that wasn't daring enough, the Cold War would reveal betrayals even MI6 couldn't anticipate. Part 2. Cold War and Betrayal. The Cold War was a battle of secrets, not armies. MI6 was Britain's shield against Moscow. Enter the Cambridge Five: Kim Philby, Guy Burgess, Donald MacLean, Anthony Blunt, John Cairncross. 5 highly placed officials secretly feeding the KGB. Entire operations collapsed. Allies doubted MI6's reliability. Philby was head of counterintelligence for Soviet affairs while working for the Soviets. MI6 officers lived mundane, exhausting lives abroad, pretending to be diplomats, journalists, or businessmen, while cultivating assets under constant threat of exposure. Despite betrayals, MI6 adapted, survived, and continued operating in shadows, a lesson that carries into the modern era. Part 3. MI6 versus Hollywood. The shadow of James Bond looms large. Ian Fleming, Bond's creator, worked in naval intelligence. Reality is far less cinematic. No license to kill, no exploding pens, no secret casino shootouts. Work involves cultivating sources, analyzing signals, writing reports, and patiently waiting for intel that may or may not be useful. Gadgets exist: encrypted devices, surveillance tech, satellite monitoring, but nothing explosive. Cars? Whatever fits the cover. Martini? Rarely. And in the 21st century, MI6 has had to reinvent itself in ways James Bond could never imagine. Part 4. Modern MI6. Terror and Cyber Wars. Post-Cold War, MI6 shifted focus to global terrorism, rogue states, and cyber threats. After 9/11, collaborated with CIA and allies to track al-Qaeda, intercept communications, and prevent attacks on British soil, monitored weapons of mass destruction, Iran's nuclear program, and Russia's assertiveness. Modern MI6 heavily invested in cyber operations, fighting disinformation, hacking terrorist networks, working with GCHQ to monitor threats in real time. Cold War tactics persist. The 2018 Skripal poisoning proves MI6 remains in a shadow struggle with Moscow. Operations are invisible, stakes are global, and consequences deadly. Yet MI6 continues in silence. Part 5. Training, patience, and secrecy. MI6 recruits are forged through one of the most demanding training programs on Earth. Their tests go far beyond physical strength. Every candidate must prove resilience under extreme psychological pressure, sharpness of mind in high-stakes situations, and the ability to stay calm when everything seems to fall apart. Only those with unwavering discipline and mental agility make it through. And even then, the journey has just begun. Once inside, operatives are sculpted into shadows. They are trained in disguises that allow them to slip unnoticed through crowded streets. They master deception, learning to bend perception itself, and cultivate assets in environments where one wrong word can cost lives. Every interaction is a delicate dance of trust and betrayal, often carried out in silence and solitude. Unlike soldiers whose victories are celebrated with medals and ceremonies, MI6 agents live in the unseen world. Their greatest triumphs are never acknowledged publicly. When a terrorist plot is stopped, a war quietly averted, or a crisis dissolved before it sparks, no headlines will ever mention the people responsible. Their victories remain classified, hidden from history. Espionage is not about glamour, gadgets, or explosive chases. It is about patience, subtlety, and the discipline to act without recognition. The true mark of success is invisibility, for if the world never notices, it means the mission was flawlessly executed. The quiet patience of MI6 ensures that the world never truly knows what it's doing. Yet that secrecy is exactly what keeps it safe. Part 6. Myth versus Truth. MI6 isn't James Bond. There are no dazzling car chases, martinis, or glamorous parties. The true world of British intelligence is far quieter and far more dangerous. At its core, MI6 is about managing information, shaping narratives, and guiding outcomes from the shadows. It is the art of influencing without being noticed, of pulling strings without leaving fingerprints. History shows its reach. In World War II, deception campaigns misled entire armies. During the Cold War, betrayals and double agents shifted the balance of power. Today, the battlefield has shifted again, into cyberspace, where MI6 works to outwit hackers, disarm disinformation, and protect national secrets. Yet the common thread remains: silence. The greatest victories are the ones no one ever hears about. No applause, no recognition, just the knowledge that chaos was prevented. And maybe that's the point. Power in the shadows is power unseen. MI6 is not speed or spectacle. It is patience, secrecy, and quiet influence. It doesn't rely on flashy shows of force or bold declarations. Its true power lies in remaining hidden, steering events without drawing attention, shaping history while leaving no fingerprints. Unlike armies that march in daylight or leaders who thrive on recognition, MI6 thrives in silence. Its victories are invisible, its failures rarely known, its presence felt only in the stability that follows. You don't have to believe in its power. You only need to remain unaware of what it's really doing. That is the essence of control, to guide the world without ever being seen. If you want to uncover more secrets from the world's most shadowy agencies, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. The next story may be closer than you think.